Hi and good morning all to our morning roundup. That's the first roundup of June 2025 for TCM. Actually the first June roundup ever for TCM. Plenty of action on the agenda this morning. So let's start and get immediately into it. Let's start first of all with the leading indexes. As you can see here on the chart, not a lot happened over the weekend, despite the tariffs or steel tariffs. So again, the close at 519, we're trading now at 517, give or take. So $2 down, that's 0.3% on the S&P. The news, actually the important news are coming, but so the market is not really getting overexcited over this new beef with Europe and maybe some other places in the world regarding steel tariffs. That's actually a positive for steel manufacturers in the US. We're going to discuss and maybe point to one, and that's so let's call it a near flat open with a slight negative bias in the S&P. If we're looking at the Qs, the numbers are a bit more aggressive. So the Qs are down 0.44, the SPY is down 0.3, 0.31 at this point. So that's regarding the futures. With 35 minutes left to the opening bell. The more important stuff is ahead of us, meaning the news. At 10 a.m. we have the ISM manufacturing PMI and prices. The PMI is obviously more important, but more important that this ISM manufacturing number, unless it's going to come away from expectation, is the Fed Chairman Powell speaking at 1 p.m. So 1 p.m. normally kind of a dozing time for Mondays, which are typically lackluster in terms of news and earnings. This time it's different. This Monday is different. So we have a market moving event, possibly a market moving event at 1 p.m. Brace for that. In terms of earnings this morning, I think everybody should know by now that the earnings season is over. So we don't have any important earnings this morning. The only stock that some traders at least know, especially those from northern US, those that are feasting on Campbell soup. That's CPB. That's the symbol. Not really a market mover by any means, but maybe it's going to be worth following. I'm going to post it in the description. So CPB is the only stock that's reporting earnings this morning. Other than that, guys, brace for another explosive mover, and this is LYRA or LYRA, a biotech stock. This is how it looks this morning. Let's move to 2 minutes because the 5 minutes is too aggressive for this one. 2 minutes, and the stock on Friday closed at 460, and this is how it trades right now. Up 508%. I think it was more at one point. So volume is 10 times already in the pre-market. The volume is already 10 times higher than it was in the previous highest volume in a full trading day was around 1.5 million. It already traded 11 millions on super positive news. Maybe we'll have the time to read them to you, but it's not really that important. The biotech stock, good news regarding a drug. The stock which is actually owned by some of it, half of the float is owned by big investment houses, including Goldman Sachs and some others, but only half of the float. Keep in mind, nobody knows, but I, of course, didn't know already at all, but the float here, it's trading already 11 million shares. The float, not the tradable float, this whole float, okay, is 900,000 shares, which means there are almost no shares left to trade. That's what creates this let's call it apocalyptic event for short sellers, and there are 14% of the float is short. So those who are short or were short, unless they closed their positions, I don't know what's going on with their accounting, but ouch. Only 14%, but it's still above average amount. So this is the mega mover of the day. This is not a day tradable stock. It will trade with different type of risks and spreads, and I suggest that anybody that didn't trade, doesn't have experience, stay away from this one. This one can lead to 10% intraday moves in 5 minutes, and maybe the same in a different direction. So that's not a normal day trading stock by any means. Up 500%. Then we have VERA, VERA, another biotech stock, up 70%. KYMR, never, I don't know what's happening there, but NUE, I know. NUE is Nucor. That's a NUE, where is it? What happened to my charts? Okay, here they are. Updating a bit slowly this morning. That's of course, that's on the steel tariffs. This move in Nucor. X already moved a lot last week. That's why X is not responding, but Nucor is responding with a 10% move. Now, if you look at the daily chart, you can see that while X is at the highs of the year, Nucor before this move was at the lows of the year. So maybe investors switched away and think Nucor can recover. I never traded, or most of us never trade this sector, and actually I will post the video that we did over the weekend regarding those uncharted sectors that most of us ignored over the last couple of years, focusing on NVIDIA. So that's regarding important market makers into the open. They will be posted in the description. LYRA, VERA, SBET, which was all over the place last week, is opening down 20-something%. That stock is also a type of LYRA, type of trade. Very little float, or very, very small float. And that creates easily double-digit moves, especially when a stock is up the way it was, like a couple of 100% move since in a week. And this one is 500% in an hour. How many hours it's trading? 3 hours. So let's call it 500% in 3 hours divided by 3, so that's 150 plus per hour. Those are the most important movers, not necessarily according to volume. DraftKings will be interesting to watch as well. This is DKNG. The symbol is DKNG. That's online betting casino, betting on sports and maybe some other gaming products. Down because of some tax imposed of the company in I think it was in Illinois. Anyway, definitely should be on everybody's watch list, anybody that's day trading, because this stock is volatile, carries good volume, can deliver, despite its price tag $33, $34, can deliver very strong intraday moves if the volume picks up, and I think it will definitely pick up today, so should be on your watch list. Yeah, other than that, I don't see anything interesting at this point. So guys, thanks a lot for being with us this morning. Remember, the most important part today is 10 o'clock ISM manufacturing, 1 p.m. potentially market moving event with the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell speaking, and let's see where he's speaking. Maybe it's listed. Okay, he's speaking in at the Federal Reserve Board of Governors International Finance Division. Never heard about it. It's in DC. Okay, so it's not in front of the Congress or the Senate. So anyway, I don't know how long the speech is going to be, but he can move the markets. He did it many times before, so brace for 1 p.m. Again, thanks a lot for being with us this morning, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video, and of course the midday roundup.